All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of LaunchPad Webinars, Tuesday LaunchPad Webinars. Looking forward to having a very informative webinar today. Not a lot of going on in the world of digital marketing. However, just want to kind of bring you some of the latest information, and definitely wanted to share some of that with you. So it will be a bit of a short one today, but we'll have obviously news and articles. And I have a very interesting article on strategies to improve blogging results, right? And I'll talk a little bit more about that, as I know that many ICs always wrestle with the idea of how can I get the best results for my clients' blog posts, right? Sometimes you feel that you may not be getting traffic or ranking or any traction from blogging or from doing any blog posts on your client site. So we'll talk a little bit about some of the one-on-one strategies to improve some of the results. So we'll kind of talk a little bit about that. So to kick it off, I do have Amalia and Michelle also here. But before I start, just wanted to make sure if you can kindly just let me know if you can hear us. Do a bit of a sound check this morning. Sometimes I do forget to do it, but I just want to make sure that you can hear us loud and clear. And if you can just let us know through chat, that would be amazing. Excellent. Thank you. Perfect. Okay. So here we go. So Amalia, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I basically wanted to start off with one of the articles I came across for AdWords automated bidding, which is getting an overhaul. Basically, it's a welcome portfolio bid and strategies. The terminology basically changes. Terminology changes come with basically some new functionality, including the ability to set different CPA targets at the ad group level within the same bid strategy. Basically, Google is going to be rolling out a revamp of the AdWords automated bidding. Some of the changes are just semantic, but the workflow is also getting an update. So to name a few of the changes, the flexible strategies will be called portfolio bid strategies. The change is meant to better indicate that a single strategy can be applied across multiple campaigns, ad groups, and keywords in some cases. A strategy that is applied to a single campaign is also called a standard bid strategy. Conversion optimizer will be called target CPA for all new bid strategies to simplify the nomenclature. Target CPA can still be applied as a standard or a portfolio bid strategy. In regards to the functionality updates, managers will now be able to create or add to bidding strategies from the campaign setting tab. There's no more need to dive into the shared library. Portfolio bid strategies for target CPA can have different CPA goals for separate ad groups. For example, let's say, for example, you're a clothing retail with multiple accessories ad groups in a bidding portfolio, you may want to set a lower CPA target for socks compared to other products and categories with higher average order values. So basically, you're going to target other areas. Note that the portfolio bid strategies cannot be applied to video or universal app campaigns, so keep that note. In December, Google added new reporting features for automated bidding, and basically these latest updates will start showing up in the accounts over the next few weeks. Okay, so Armando, did you want to add to that at all, or?
Yeah, no, thank you, Amalia. What I'm going to be doing hopefully in the next few weeks is I'll probably be bringing one of our paid search specialists to join on the webinar. I've been trying to kind of coordinate that. So if you can give me about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, hopefully I can have them join us. And I think it's going to be very good for them to kind of share some of these updates. And I'm just kind of going to go back to the first update that you mentioned. At the end of the day, this is for ICs who are very active with AdWords. It does create more flexibility in regards to their whole overhaul of their bid strategies format and their AdWords automated bidding. So it does provide a bit of flexibility and ease of use, if you will, because of the automated bidding process. But the other thing that I did want to share with you is that these are still not active on all accounts. So these will be things that these updates will be, I guess, finalized or displayed, or yeah, displayed in AdWords campaigns in the next few weeks. So that's very important. Hold on to these. Uh, uh, just keep an eye on these updates that are going to be coming from Google. But however, having said that, I will definitely have one of our paid search specialists join us in the next few weeks to kind of share some of these updates as well as strategies in regards to AdWords. I know that we do talk a lot about AdWords, but I want to kind of focus a bit more on paid search. So just bear with me, everyone, on the webinar. We'll definitely have some really good best business practices and recommendations for your ad campaigns, and also with a very and a time for a Q&A. So thank you for that, Amalia. The other thing that I wanted to share with you is something very interesting that was also released out there today, which is um, Wikimedia Foundation. They have secured a 250,000 grant for search engine development. Now, trust me, a search engine, to create a search engine probably costs 4 or 5 times more than that. So, what they're doing right now is really, along with the Knight Foundation, that they were able to raise this money for this knowledge engine project that aims to discover reliable and trustworthy public information on the internet. Now, the Wikimedia Foundation is getting back into search with a knowledge engine project that could turn Wikipedia.org into something more like a search engine than an online encyclopedia. So, now the grant was pretty much approved last September, and it describes the project as to advance new models for finding information by supporting stage one development of the knowledge engine by Wikipedia, a system for discovering reliable and trustworthy public information on the internet. So the Wikimedia Foundation is really being aggressive about this, and obviously after months that the grant was approved, now they're moving forward to the development phase of this engine project, search engine development project. Now, a lot of questions have been raised in the industry in regards to this new search engine project. What will it do? How will it impact other search engines, etc.? So let's kind of talk a little bit about that. Now, what it's trying to do is aiming to reduce the reliance on traditional search engine. So they're not looking at building another Google, okay? But the goal of the knowledge engine could still have an impact on Google being in traditional search engines. And the way you kind of have to look at this, it's really the way users interact or search with Wikipedia. Right now, Wikipedia.org obviously is very content related, and there's other content Wikimedia sites out there. But what ends up happening is that because of the fact that any Wikimedia or wikis, as they're called, really rank very high on traditional search engines because of their high level of content, and also SEO friendliness to their infrastructure, and the fact that they are a reputable source of information. Once users find content on Wikipedia.org, they often go back to their favorite search engine to find more content, even though they're already on Wikipedia. So the knowledge engine aims to change that behavior. So basically, with that, what they want to do is for you to continue using the knowledge engine within Wikipedia.org to continue learning or continue digging deep into your searches. Therefore, now you're less dependent on the traditional search engine. So as opposed to the activity being one, I go to wikipedia.org, I read what I'm reading all about, then I then switch back to Google, Bing, or Yahoo to find more about, for example, last night I was watching the show Marco Polo, right? So I want to know who Marco Polo was, what era was this character all about. So I go and try to find about Marco Polo on Wikipedia. I like reading wikis, and then once I'm in Wikipedia, I want to learn more about the show, right? So then I may have to. Typically what I do is I go to Google and then I search more about that. But what they want to stop users doing is actually staying within Google, within Wikipedia, and searching. So if you give me a quick sample, a quick second, sorry. Let me see if I can pull it out. I'll show a quick sample here. Um, so I'm gonna just share my screen for a second here. So I'm sharing my screen here. So Marco Polo. Okay, and right here we have the Wikipedia result right away. Either I go here through the search results or the knowledge base, go right into Marco Polo. And what they want to kind of build is with this search engine stay within here, because right now it's so hidden that if after I read this wiki, right, I may not have any more interactions, right, with the left navigation or their search feature. So with the revamp to their knowledge search engine, they want to kind of contain, in essence, users to staying within Wikipedia. So like they said in the article, as opposed to Wikipedia just being known as an online encyclopedia, really turn it into a search engine, right? So we'll see how that pans out. Sorry, I'm just scrolling down to see if there's, as you can see, there isn't really any call to actions apart from the search feature at the top. As I scroll down, and if I'm going a little bit too fast, my apologies. But as I scroll down, uh, you know, I don't really, I mean, there's references and so on, but there isn't anything in external links, but there isn't anything that kind of prompts me or motivates me, entices me to continue doing another search. So let's say, you know what, now say Marco Polo Netflix, right? Okay, here we go. It may bring it, it may not bring it, right? So in this case, I don't think they do have a wiki on this show or TV series. Oh, they do. Okay, so here's a TV series. But typically, users don't do that. They actually go back to Google, Bing, and Yahoo, and now they will search for a secondary related term, right? So what they're trying to do is keep everything with Wikipedia. Now, again, it will definitely impact to a certain degree other search engine behaviors or search behaviors. But however, at this stage, let's just we're not sure how that will work. Okay, so so again, this is how they plan to not necessarily overtake Google, but just change search behavior, change that behavior. Now, what they're trying to focus on is providing a search experience that doesn't look like a search on Google Bing or follow Wikipedia link or read and leave and search Google Bing. So again, it's something that they want to be able to control. Now, while the Wikimedia Foundation may not be building a general web search engine, turning Wikipedia itself into a search engine that reduces reliance on traditional search engines could have a negative impact on Google and Bing. We will find that out when this project is actually launched. Okay, right now it's still in the initial stages, but just thought I'd share that with you, keep you posted. It's always good to, if possible, and it doesn't always apply, but if you're able to get your clients on Wikipedia, it does help out. Obviously, there are very strict or very specific guidelines in order to do that, but something that's coming down the pipe in the next in the future. They don't talk about any time frames on when they plan to really launch this search engine. Right now, all they've done is they secured this grant, and we will keep you posted on more news as they happen. Okay, but again, it's something that hasn't been launched, and they that probably will be launched in the next few years. Amalia, I believe you have the next
Yes, I
slide.
do. Yeah, I certainly do. So basically, this is basically retailers' GTINs required by May 16 for Google product listing ads. The GTINs will be required for brand name products sold by the multiple merchants. Basically, last year Google announced it would be beginning to require, basically would begin requiring advertisers to include the GTINs for products from 50 brands in their merchant standard product feeds. And most recently, Google has said that the GTIN requirement will be expanding beyond those 50 brands. So let's say, for example, you sell a brand name products that are sold by multiple merchants. You should take a close look at the new requirements and double check that your product data is correct and up to date. Basically, the bottom line is if you're promoting products that have GTINs, now is the time to make sure your feeds are updated to include them. As of May 16, 2016 of this year, is the date Google will start disapproving relevant products that don't meet the GTIN requirements. It will be required when we're targeting ads in Australia, Brazil, the Czech Republic, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, including the Netherlands, Spain, Switzerland, the UK, and perhaps also the US. So Google has begun showing item level warnings in the diagnostics tabs in the Merchant Center for the products that are missing or have gone wrong at the GTI. They're basically saying if you need more information about this, you basically go to the Merchant Center help page and they'll be able to list this out for you. Armando, did you want to add to that as well?
You know what? I'm actually will do something in a second. I will definitely show what GTINs are, and it's part of the obviously uh, Google Display PLA, sorry, product listing ads, and basically these are just global trade item numbers. Okay, so what they want to do is make sure that the information, the data that is provided to the merchant center based on the specific products and identifiers for a product, it gets recognized. So it's a little bit more of a of an administrative and also organizational strategy that they're trying to do here, or tactic to keep everything up to par. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to be sharing this link as they recommend, and definitely talk to you a little bit about GTINs. And again, this is specific for any type of PLAs. You know, if you're using any type of product listing ads via Google Merchant, make sure you get updated and see how that may affect your, or what type of changes you will need to do for your clients for your clients. So again, give me a quick second here. I will put this in chat so you can, if you really want to kind of dive a little bit more into it and some of the changes that are happening, for sure, you can visit the Merchant Center. If you have any questions, also feel free to reach out to us and we'll be more than happy to assist you. And the other key thing, as Amalia mentioned, the countries that will be required are Australia, Brazil, Czech Republic, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the Netherlands, Spain, Switzerland, the UK, and obviously the US. So if you are running up any Google product listing ads, make sure that you kind of take a look at this. So it does definitely will create an impact internationally. Thank you, Amalia. The other key,
Sure, no problem.
yeah, the other key thing that I wanted to kind of point out today, if you just give me, a second here, I just wanted to share with you a little bit more. Oh, my computer's going nuts. Yeah, just wanted to show something interesting that I found on Search Engine Land, and um, for many people like, or many SEOs, right, many specialists, they actually like to use the classic link operator to try to determine, how many links a website has, or any type of, link data per se. So in order to go to the link operator, all you have to do is you go to the browser, Google, you type in link, and then you type colon, and then you see that you have www.google.com. So link operators are very easy, or operators within the Google search features are very useful tools. However, for many years now, Google has tried to tell people, or try to actually tell SEOs that they shouldn't be necessarily looking at the link operator as the best source for link data. What they've actually recommend is for you to continue to use Google Search Console. So, because obviously, as opposed to logging into to your Google Search Console, which may take a few seconds, people typically just go to Google, type in link, and they'll type in the operator plus google.com. So operators are very, very, they're kind of like shortcuts, if you will. But there was a notification that they thought that it was dead because when you type in link calling google.com, www.google.com, there was no results. So they thought, okay, this tool, this operator is no longer working. However, Google has come out and said, no, it is working. However, if you're really looking at the best Google link data source, use your Google Search Console. So, that in itself is, if you're doing some quick intel on competitors, or any type of SEO intel, you may want to try to rely more on Google Search Console. Or if you don't have access to Google Search Console, just be aware that the information that you get on the operator may not work as well. So I think I I think I wanted to share, for example, I just did ours. Just give me a quick second here. So I typed in, for example, in this case, let me go to the first one. Link. So my operators here, link colon www.wsilm.com, and all of the links that are related to the site come out. Many of these are internal links, but then you kind of start getting into some of the external links. And that obviously gives you some of those links that are that are have good SEO authority, right? And sometimes these links are good because you kind of start seeing which links are strong links for you. So it's very good that you kind of uh, if you're kind of on the go and you want to get some intel on link data, you know, you can do this. However, it's not always working. As you can see, I don't know if it's going to work right now. Let me see here, because it wasn't working. See, right now it's working for google.ca, but a few days ago it wasn't working for google.com. So right now the operator is working, but if you do get some messages or no information, just be aware that this operator it's losing a little bit of uh, its uh, its uh, its usability. Perfect. So yeah, just wanted to share that with you, just because some of the SE, some individuals in the field were thinking that the SEO, the classic link operator was turned off, or it wasn't working anymore. So just want to let you know that it is. However, you know, Google Search Console is your best bet for Google Link Data Source. Okay, perfect. So moving along. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to share with you today was 5 simple strategies to improve your blog's search rankings, and I would even say improve overall performance. Okay, and the reason I wanted to share this is because content marketing is part of our a healthy digital marketing strategy, and it's part of content creation. It's part also of WSI's adaptive SEO methodology. But sometimes you may get frustrated because you know what, you're continue to have the team write blogs, or your SEO team or your writer, but you're not getting the traction. So here are some 5 simple strategies to improve your blog search ranking so you can get better rankings, as well as obviously improve the overall performance in regards to how much traffic is being generated, interaction, engagement, etc. Right? So, as you know, the key thing here that they focus on is really stop focusing solely on keywords. It doesn't mean you should not be focusing on keywords. It's just that still it is 2016, and there are SEO practitioners that are still focusing their overall strategy 100% on keywords, and that's not the right way. Yes, again, I do repeat, blog posts should be keyword optimized, right? To a certain degree, should be part of your marketing calendar, and you should have a strategy behind that. So every keyword is it's tied, or if you will, centers around a specific topic. But the whole practice of just writing blogs and focusing on keywords, it's an outdated practice. Obviously, when Google rolled out Hummingbird, the whole goal was to pretty much get rid of or de-rank websites who were just focusing on spammy thin content, right? So the key thing here is that Google is now placing a greater emphasis on the value of your content than on the specific keyword it contains, right? Obviously, search engines have gotten smarter, right? But having said that, doesn't mean that you should not keyword optimize. You should still have a keyword in mind that you want to do optimization, add the meta tag, sorry, H1 tags. However, do not any keyword stuffing practices, whether it's on the metadata or on the actual blog post. It's an outdated practice that could get your site penalized, right? And that's because, like I said, search engines have a better understanding of detecting spammy thin content, right? The key is to focus on creating quality content that provides useful information to your audience. So definitely, when you and the way to do this is to have a very, very well formulated content marketing plan. So in your content marketing plan, you do have a series of informational and knowledge-based blog posts that will provide your users, your target audience, useful information. Okay, so if you want to, the recommendation here is if you want to rank number one for a keyword, then create content that deserves to be ranked number one. Stop looking for the shortcut in SEO. This mindset will do nothing but impede your visibility in the search engine. So again, uh, uh, keyword strategy is very important, but the focusing solely on keywords and keyword stuffing, keyword, you know, spammy keywords, etc., it's not a good practice. Okay, so again, I know many ICs do know that, but from time to time, you know what, we do get some requests where they want us to optimize a blog for multiple keywords, and the whole strategy should be, just focus on one keyword, one blog post, and one geo target. Right? Keep your SEO very clean, and as this blog post indicates, or this article indicates, the key thing is what kind of quality content are you providing to uh, your users or to visitors to the site, and that's the key thing. And it can be done if you have a very well designed content marketing plan, content marketing calendar. Okay. Number two, something that again is part of our adaptive SEO methodology, but if you are doing additional blogs and you blog posts, you want to be able to, these blog posts could be in-depth articles, video transcripts, etc. I mean, anything that has to do with your blogging activities. You want to be able to share your content on social media. As the stats say, more than 2 million blogs are posted each day. If you want to rank high in the search engines, then you need to get your content out there into out of cyberspace, a bit of an outdated world, but into online, right? So you want to be able to share your blog posts on Facebook, Twitter, and Google Plus, and ideally for whether it's a B2C or a B2B campaign, you want to do it in the company's Facebook account, Twitter account, Google Plus account, etc. Right? You want to create a social media regimen that holds holds you accountable each week. The more places your website is featured, the more data Google will gather on it. Right? Your social media fans are probably not ready to purchase your products. Unlike search engine users, they aren't looking for an immediate solution to their problem. So here, when you're doing any type of a social media strategy or social media posting, you want to also take into consideration that your social media audience or fans, they're not ready to purchase your product, right? They're just kind of trying to get educate themselves on the product. They're trying to perhaps, like the article mentions, solving problems that matter to them. So they're looking to your social media posts for additional information, right? So whether you are, a mechanic, or you are a plumber, or an automotive dealership, or a dentist, it's always good to have very, informational posts that are related to your blog, to have, individuals click on the link. Right, you want to optimize it as well. Your social media post should be optimized, and should be linking back to your post, your blog post on your site, so that way you can generate some traffic as well, and some social signals, right? So there's added value to this, right? So again, creating thoughtful, useful content will ultimately improve the user experience of your fans, and that's the key aspect here. However, unlike search engine users, again, keep this into perspective, and also in educating your clients, because sometimes, clients will say, well, I don't want to post anything on my social media channels, because you know what, I don't get any traction. I don't get any conversions, etc. Well, you have to understand that social media fans aren't really immediate purchasers, right? They're not like search engine users who are ready to buy today. Social media fans are different. They're in a different stage in the conversion funnel, right? So you have to educate your end client about that, because it's still a very good practice to share your content on social media. Okay, as you continue to provide value, they will start visiting your web properties. This will increase the level of engagement on your social media channels, in addition to your organic reach. It also can't hurt that you're potentially getting backlinks to your useful content pages. Always lead with value, and don't try to pitch your fans repeatedly. Again, don't just do any type of blog posting for the sake of it. Have a strategy behind it. Okay. You want to make sure you do that. I believe last week we were working with a prospect that you know they were just doing a social media post, but they weren't optimized. They didn't go back any backlinks to the site, no referral back to the site. They weren't with the proper hashtagging. So all of these key things are very important also when you're doing your social media activities, right? And at the end of the day, you want to bring them back to your site to the specific blog post. So again, if you have any questions in regards to that, if your client's doing some additional social media uh, uh, um, additional to, let's say, for example, an adaptive SEO strategy, make sure you speak with your SEO team to align those social media posts as well. Okay, and also they could be related to specific blog posts. The other thing that's very important is quality versus quantity links. Uh, you know, about 12, 15 months ago, many SEO pundits and specialists were, saying that were claiming that, link building was dead or link building was going to die. And you know what? Link building is still here. Link building strategy is a very key factor for any SEO, right? However, the days of creating thin content and link blasting are over. Okay, so if you are working with a existing client that's still using these practices of quote unquote link blasting or just buying links, you want to be very, 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 very careful about that. And apart from educating your existing client that link buying is very dangerous, you want to make sure that if you are looking at taking on this client, you want to make sure that they haven't been penalized or are about to get penalized, right? So there's a lot of different tools out there that do provide you with the level of spammy linking or penalization or any type of link quality check, right? Now, buying backlinks is still a practice that some people still do, which is very dangerous, and we don't recommend it. But you know what? Unfortunately, people do it. And if your prospect is talking to you about the fact that they're receiving a large volume of links in a short time frame, that some of the links are, they're just generic links. They're not relevant to the site. And if you're doing a manual check of some of these links, you find that many of these links have a very low domain authority. Boom, then most likely your prospect is buying backlinks, which is a very dangerous and non-recommended way of doing SEO, right? Or any type of link building strategy. The key thing here is the quality of your inbound links is what matters the most. The whole goal is to focus on quality versus quantity, right? And hence, you don't want to be in a situation where you're being penalized uh, uh, with any algorithm updates, right? So nowadays, any SEO impact that you get from link building is predicated on the idea that these links provide real value to users who might come across them. So you want to make sure that if you are engaging in link strategy, link building practices, that they are as clean as possible. Okay, and again, use all those tools available out there that you can definitely check the quality of links on sites that you're looking to get backlinks from. The other key thing that he mentions is promoting your content to earn links, which is a totally different practice. Okay, link earning versus link building. Okay, you want to make sure that you do have a very sustainable SEO strategy where you do have a mix of link building and also earning links or link earning, right? So let's look at what earned links are all about. So they reflect the value that you deliver to your market. For instance, if you get a backlink from your website from guest posting on another site, that's technically not an earned link. That activity is the result of your time and effort. So guest blogging, it's not really, link earning, if you will, but what link earning is when another credible source in your niche links to your site because of the fact that you have written a very strong article, a very well developed post, a very informational post, then you have earned a link. So for example, let's say an online, an online directory or an online newspaper or a magazine, a local small magazine. They pick up one of your blog posts and they really like the information that you've provided in the added value information that you provided in the article or the blog post. And you know what? They mention, they cite it on their website uh, give you a backlink, right? It links back to your site. Then that's what they call earn linking, right? So you want to make sure that if apart from your standard SEO practices, find ways of pursuing these earn links, right? And it's not very easy to, it's not an easy thing to do. I can tell you that. You have to be very creative, but if you're able to do that, you will definitely get some nice, good earned links from some good reputable sites. Specifically, if you're doing any local SEO strategy, you want to make sure that, again, we talked a little bit about it last week. How can you get a backlink from that's relevant from, let's say, the Chamber of Commerce, a local newspaper, um, a local online directory. So all these things, if you are providing value, if you have very creative, thoughtful, useful content that meets the objectives of your audience, hey, listen, definitely you're in a higher probability. You have a higher probability of earning links. But again, it does take work. So don't think like, okay, I'm going to go this and start working on this, and within 2-3 months I'm going to get a lot of results. No, results are going to come very slow. But once you start building that strategy, that can definitely complement your SEO strategy. So again, make sure that you take this into consideration. If you've hit a plateau in your SEO strategy, and you don't know what to do, just roll up your sleeves and develop a good, a very positive, very white SEO earned link strategy. Again, it's not about guest posting or guest blogging. It's about, you know, creating very thoughtful content, perhaps sharing it, and someone picks it up, and they obviously give you some. They cite your content, or even give you a backlink, right? So again, sometimes we get stuck into our SEO methodologies that we don't think outside the box. So if you want to get more out of your blog, this is a good way. And I've seen this done with who's really good at this that we've seen is with obviously the whole inbound marketing strategy is one that's very good, but I've seen that very well with HubSpot. They're really good at getting a lot of backers. Obviously they're a big organization, they're bigger than your client's company, but still, you know what, it's a matter of just working away at it. The other the fifth simple strategy is optimize your website for mobile. Now, we're not just talking about responsive web design or mobile friendly design. Okay, so it's not just about the layout, right? But also about the fact that your content and your landing pages have to also accommodate or have to also relate to mobile users. So apart from the layout recommendation, ensuring that your pages, menus, and posts are optimized for mobile, that's a given already. What I liked about this fifth simple strategy was the fact that behaviors, your landing pages and sales pages might require different strategies on mobile. Hence, the use of tools such as Crazy Egg will help assess the behaviors of mobile versus desktop users, right? So keep that in mind as well as your client's website continues to generate an increase in mobile users and mobile sessions. You also mobile visitors in essence. You want to start looking at what these mobile users are doing on your website, right? And start catering to them, right? Start developing a strategy that meets them, and that should also be part of your content writing strategy, right? Is the length of the article properly? Maybe as opposed to doing a very in-depth article, maybe you break down that article into mini posts, right? Informational posts, right? Because a mobile user may not want to definitely spend a lot of time on your blog post, or even the language that you use, right? You want to make sure that you understand, maybe use simpler language, easy to use, fast and easy to read, right? So it's really about the behaviors and the content, right? So the article talks about, is there a disparity in the content that mobile and desktop users want? Yes, because I could tell you the mobile users, they want fast, easy access, right? They don't want to be, and they want it at their fingertips. So they don't want to be drilling down your posts, your blog posts, or your articles for information. They want to have it at the top. So maybe, you know what, point form nuggets that you put in there, right? In your blog, or a summary, a quick summary about what the blog post is going to be about. So think creatively, right? And there's many examples out there that you can use. But the key thing is determine what format is generating the most traction with mobile visitors to your website. So again, mobile strategy, it's not just about the actual layout design. It's also about thinking about the behavior and the content, how you're providing that content to your users. So anyhow, just wanted to share this with you. If you do require, I'm gonna probably share this article with you because I found it very helpful, and it also reminds us of things that we have to do sometimes. You know what? Sometimes uh, um, we just keep working on our standard SEO strategy, but there are so many other things that you can potentially do to improve the results of your clients. Right. So let me just share that with you. And with that said, I think I'm going to be bringing, just give me Michelle, very quickly. Like I mentioned to you, today was going to be a very a shorter version of our um, of our webinar, and I'm hoping to have a guest speaker that will be touching base on paid search in the next 1 or 2 weeks. Keep posted on that. But Michelle, very quickly to you.
Thank you, Armando. Good morning, everyone. Just your friendly weekly reminder about our templated designed, our template-themed website design. We have a special promotion going on still until the end of February, and it is $699. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a shout, and we'll be happy to give you the details.
Thank you, Michelle. So with that in mind, thank you for joining us today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself, Amalia, or Michelle. And with your questions, I know that some of the ICs were asking for a PDF version of the webinar, and definitely just let us know. We'll provide you with the webinar, so you can actually just go to the specific links and read more about the information that we're providing. And like I said, we'll be having a guest speaker in the next few weeks. Keep posted. Thank you for joining us. Have yourself a great Tuesday and a great week. And best of luck in all of your marketing and sales activities. Okay, take care then. Bye bye.